if you will, to exonerate the pilot from pilot error. This is what the report was stating. Now, they didn't say that explicitly, but from reading from the findings, it tells me that it was in pilot error. What the report seems to be suggesting is the error with the chip. It's as simple as one chip not working properly, losing contact. The headline of the report really is to, if you will, to exonerate the pilot from pilot error. This is what the report was stating. Now, they didn't say that explicitly, but from reading from the findings, it tells me that it was in pilot error. And there's nothing, at least for now, for the time being, that points toward pilot error. As from the cockpit voice recorder, it appears they are trying to recover the flight from going down to the ground. What you do with the switch, it isn't simple as the light switches at home. You have to physically sort of not pull the pin, but if you have to pull the toggle out, then it can move to a different position. So you do have to do it on purpose, not accidentally knocking it to the wrong position. Very rarely that can happen, or is close to zero. And normally in flight, we do touch the switches for emergency checklists, for example, where you have to attempt to relight the engine manually, for example, or to switch it off to secure the engine. What it means is if the engine is on fire, you don't want it to keep running. You want it off. So you put it in the cutoff position. In that scenario, both pilots have to confirm the action, and they have to confirm whether they're switching off the right engine as well. Because if you switch off the wrong engine, the only good engine, then yes, definitely you are crashing. So that's the safeguarding within the cockpit, verbal confirmation as well. What the report seems to be suggesting is the error with the chip. It's as simple as one chip not working properly, losing contact. Once you lose contact, it's kind of how electricity works. The signal works. It's not contacted properly. It's because of the thermal cycle is in a warm condition. It's been worked very hard. Like your laptop stops working, basically, giving you the blue screen of death we call on Windows. It doesn't command the fuel to be in a run position, even for a split second. The fuel stops for a couple of seconds, and the engine will start decelerating. I believe the FAA has, or together with GE General Electric, the engine manufacturer, has issued a service bulletin, i.e., I believe it was about 11,000 cycles. They will have to replace the chip. And if it is not replaced or maintenance isn't done correctly, it could lead to intermittent loss of signal. Once you have a loss of signal, the fuel isn't commanded, i.e. in the cutoff position, then there's no fuel going to the engine, which seems to have matched what the service bulletin was saying with this current investigation. I would say now the spotlight would be on, first of all, whether Air India has carried out the necessary maintenance and replacement of those chips according to service bulletin. And the second question will likely be for Boeing and General Electrics together, why it was issued as a service bulletin rather than an airworthiness kind of mandate, where a directive, or we call an AD, that you must carry out those actions.